This segment is sponsored by Richard Bland College of William & Mary.
Celia Brockway, Director of Student Success here at Richard Bland College of William & Mary, has some insights as we consider what to do this fall. Richard Bland College of William & Mary, of course, will be welcoming students back to campus. But Celia, many students are considering a gap year. Let's talk about what that is.
So Jessica, a gap year is when a student consciously decides that they're going to take some time off, maybe because they're not ready for school, or in this instance, maybe because as a result of COVID, things are going to be a little bit different with social distancing in the classroom, and they feel as though they're not going to get the authentic college experience.
So they might be considering taking a pause, and that is one thing to stop and think about. On the other hand, you have this pocket of time to work with, and you might want to use that to your advantage. So what should you be considering?
So some things to consider is actually to take courses during that time. I know that you might be consciously taking a gap from your education or trying to take some time off to earn some money, but that doesn't mean that classes aren't available to you. For instance, Richard Bland has online courses that are available to students. We've actually increased the number of online courses that we have as a result of COVID, so students near and far could be taking courses from us online. They could, if they're local, maybe want to commute to Richard Bland just once or twice a week to take a class in seat, of course with social distancing in mind. And the great thing about Richard Bland is that our tuition is less expensive than other institutions, and so they could save some money on their education while they're earning their general education requirements.
So if you're thinking about considering this gap year, then it is certainly worthwhile to consider that there are other options right here, very conveniently located, and it's not an all or nothing. That's what I'm hearing. You can be able to take a few classes in the way that works for you.
Absolutely. So the day of our courses has expanded, so we start earlier in the day and we're going later into the evening. And along with that, just because you're only taking maybe 6 credits or 9 credits, which would be 2 or 3 classes, doesn't mean that you can't get the financial aid that you need to cover those classes. As long as you are enrolled in at least 6 credits and you've completed the FAFSA, talk to our Office of Financial Aid, and they'll be able to help you out to tell you if you qualify for financial aid to help you with the expenses.
That's incredibly helpful to know, and talk about setting students up for success, because the finances are a real part of this as you're considering what those options are.
Absolutely, and we do still have some scholarships that are available to students, so they should definitely check out Richard Bland and all that we have to offer. Whether you want to take online courses or in-seat courses, we have great faculty, and we have plenty of course offerings for you to get the first 2 years of your college education out of the way.
We've talked too about enrollment. There is a rolling enrollment process so that you can be part of that on the timeline that works well for you.
Absolutely. So our courses start on August 24th, and that is when we would hope that students who'd like to roll in Richard Bland start their courses, but there will be the option to start in mid-September. There will be limited seats available then, but we're coming up with a plan right now for those students who may decide late in the summer that now is the time for them to go to college.
Well, it sounds like flexibility is key. It sounds like there's an opportunity to consider what works well for you, whether it be that gap year or maybe you want to begin to capitalize on it. Celia Brockway, Director of Student Success here at Richard Bland College of William & Mary, will share a little information so you can learn more.
Richard Bland College of William & Mary, safe and secure fall 2020 reopening. They are located at 11,301 Johnson Road in South Prince George, Virginia. For more information, give them a call, 804-862-6100. You can also visit them online at rbc.edu.